Hi guys, I know I've talked about the race briefly last night, but I'm gonna get a little bit more in depth and a little rant about, um, yes, Kyle Busch and his band of goons, his fan base, I should say. They're obnoxious, so they want to say we're obnoxious, but they're just 10 times as obnoxious when Chase wins. Because they just like to make excuses all the time. Like, person on my Facebook, clear Kyle Busch fan, complaining, whining, making excuses of Chase only won because of the aero package. He and Kyle Busch did that, like, going on about Kyle Busch, and then it's just they would just make excuses and not give Chase credit for being the fastest car, one of the fastest car next to Truex on the track all day, like all weekend, basically. Like Chase was fast in first and second practice, fast on race trim in second practice. Like he was third on the charts when he was on race trim. How is that not a clear indication that he's fast? um, but Bush fans or just Toyota fans in general are like up in arms and have to be like get their puff their chest out and be like have to make excuses for Chase winning that race. Like, he only won because of this, he only won because of that. If this didn't happen, he wouldn't have won. Someone actually said Bush was the best car on track. I'm like, or the fastest car on track. So, running into Byron and knock him off the track, turning Bubba, and being nowhere near the front or contending for the lead is the best car on track. He finished 11th. How's that being the best car on track and the fastest? He had issues all day. He spun himself on turn one, like himself under Byron. Like Byron did nothing, but in Bush's mind, Byron like body slammed him and turned him into one. That's in his mind, his delusional mind. But and Bush fans are also like, I hope Chase's win is DQ'd. I'm like, who says that? Like, I don't like Bush, but why would I ever say that? I never say that. I never make excuses on why Bush won a race. I'll just be like, ugh, great, Bush won, great. Well, this person was complaining about the Chase circus, and all they're gonna say is like Chase is amazing, he's great, and all these posts are gonna be about how amazing he is, and blah blah blah. I'm like, you realize you sound like a freaking hypocrite? We get just as much coverage or more about your driver winning a race in the next week after he wins, more than anyone else in the series. And Chase is the most popular driver, but Bush gets the most coverage because NASCAR, that's their golden boy for some freaking reason. So they want to complain about Chase getting some some attention for dominating a race, and their driver didn't. And it's like, why make excuses? Why can't you just be like, well, Chase won, that's great, congratulations, and move on? Or you just don't say anything at all. Don't complain about Chase winning and being an asshole about it. And else, and there was a NASCAR made a post like, Bush didn't have the greatest day, he spun out and this and that. And like, I reposted it like, haha, good. And that same person came back and said, you're an idiot. I'm like, oh, great comeback. I enjoy that. Like, it's funny how Bush fans think it's perfectly okay to bash others' drivers, and we can't say shit about theirs without them getting all defensive. Like, just because we say crap about your driver doesn't mean it gives you the right to call people names. It's just like their quick reaction and their only intelligent thing that come out of their mouths, or that stupid gift of him doing this, like Bush doing this after Chicagoland last year, and calling people names. It's their only intelligent way of getting some kind, their form of getting a point across, or just being an asshole. So it's like no one can give Chase the credit for being a good driver. Out of all the young drivers, he has been the most consistent and honestly the most successful young driver currently in the Cup Series. Like, he has matched Larson's career win total at 5, and Larson's been stuck at 5 since 2017, since Richmond of 2017. But Chase has won 5 in the last year, since Watkins Glen, literally to the day last year. He won on several different types of tracks. He won on a super speedway. He won on a mile track. He won at an intermediate track and a road course twice. He was fast both times we've been to Watkins Glen. All weekend he was fast last year and this year. It's just becoming his niche to be like a road course little ringer. And he beat like literally one of the best again in the series on road courses. Like, he has like one of the most, like Truex has the most, I think, road course wins of any active driver currently. Like, he has like what, 4? I think Bush has some too, but I'm not totally sure how many he has. But like, it's just funny to me how it's like it was like deja vu. But this year, instead of just winning one stage, Chase won all the stages. Like, first stage, he led every single lap. Second stage, every single lap. Pretty much. And he led 80 freaking laps out of 90 laps of that race. A grand total of like 140 laps total in those 2 walk-in Glen races. That's like 80 laps is one. It's like the second most laps led. Next, like behind Tony Stewart, who led 83. So, and Chase is one of only like what 4 or 5 drivers who have won on this track back to back. And the last person to do so was Marcus Ambrose, who also drove, was that the 9 car? It looked like the 9 car. I don't remember. But that was like 2011, 2012. And then no one's done it until Chase now. So, but people say Chase can't drive. He has no skill. He has no talent. And the only reason people hate on him right now is based on his name. That's about it. No one gives a shit like about his skill, talent, whatever. That he can have all talent in the world, and they still don't give a shit. And they'll still say he can't drive. His daddy paid for his ride. Like, how much money does daddy pay for this and that and that? I'm like, his dad doesn't do jack shit that, like, financially in the Cup Series, because Chase is successful on his own. He's had help along the way, yes, financially, just to get him up and going with his career. Like, he's won in every single freaking series you can think of. It's growing up from like 8 years old to now. Hendrick took a chance on him when he was like 14, 15 years old. Put him in and sponsored his cars, and he's been such a good driver. He's like such a good driver. He learns every single week something new, something to make him better every single week. But the kid, I can't say kid, but he's 23. Compared to me, I'm like almost 28. So I'm about 4 years older than him. So, but the kid could drive circles around pretty much every hater or someone who just talks crap about him, saying false shit about him 1,000 times before they make even one lap. Yes, his dad was a big part of his racing career, but no one bought his ride. Xfinity Series, he did wasn't automatic into the Xfinity series. He had to he got a sponsor at the last second from Napa going into his rookie season, like at the last second, basically. And now Napa's been on board ever since 2004, like 2014 up until now. So it's like what 5-6 years, and they're still with him to this day because he's a winning driver, a championship driver from the Xfinity Series, Rookie of the Year in both series, most popular driver in both series. He's won in the Truck Series, ARCA, K&N. Why do people not? My thing is people are like, I can't stand Chase. I'm like, for what reason? He hasn't done anything for people to hate him or like say I can't stand him. I'm like, I get people have their preferences, but just to say I can't stand him is not really a reason a valid reason. Like, you can't stand him for what reason? Like, you just don't like his personality or what? Just like his style of racing. I just want to know. Any comment? But anyway, I'm like, it's just so freaking obnoxious. Like, I'm not saying you have to like Chase. I'm not saying that. I just want to know a reason, like a valid reason to accept, oh, his last name. His last name. That's the only freaking thing I get. But people say he sucks and this and that. I'm like, he has 5 freaking wins in the last year. In the last year. He's literally matched Larson's career total. And he got, I think, quicker than Larson in the last 36 races. Like, Larson's were like spread out within like oh, Michigan, California, Richmond, but those were all like gapped apart so much. It's like, I don't know. But anyway. And what's funny today, I put this on because I'm like, I'm feeling like I need to wear some Ryan Blaney gear today because I like Ryan Blaney. He's cool. I'm not. He got top 5 yesterday, so even though he kind of spun Jimmy out, but it's all good. It's racing. I don't care. I have no sides on that. I don't have an opinion on it. I don't give a shit. It's racing. And people need to get off Jimmy Johnson's ass because it's getting fucking annoying. But anyway, my story was I wore this shirt, and my mom was out running some errands, taking my nephew to school and whatnot. So I go out, make some coffee, do dishes, and she comes in wearing a bright red Ryan Blaney shirt that she got when we went to the track back in November. Yeah, it was in November because that was like the weekend I met Blaney, like all 3 days of that weekend. So I was like, hey, look, we're twins, and it's like the second time we've worn like similar like shirts, like not like the exact same, but like Ryan Blaney. And one day I was wearing my Padres spring training tank top, and she was wearing a San Diego Padres shirt. And I'm like, yes, great minds think alike. And we didn't even know anything about it. So it's pretty funny. Great minds think alike. And the other day she was wearing a Kevin Harvick tank top that I got her. So, but anyway, I just want to make that point clear. Chase is one hell of a driver. He needs to get credit where it's due. If you don't like him, that's fine, but please give credit where it's due. Where we were just tired of seeing Busch win every week and Truex and this and that. But the last 9 races we've had several different winners. There was really no repeat winners in the last 9 races, so that was nice. And now Chevy has 5 wins on the season, just 1 behind Ford, like I said last night. So we're kind of doing pretty good. But today is the anniversary of Chase's first win last year, and it is Alan Gustin's birthday. So he got early birthday present yesterday with Chase winning, and it's also Chad Knaus's birthday. So happy birthday to those two of the best in the business, in my opinion. Um, so hope they have a great day. It's pretty awesome. Have Hendrick win again this year. We finally got 2 wins in the regular season, so it helps us go into the playoffs. So we have 4 more chances to get another win to get ourselves like solidly like in the mix here. So we have 14 playoff points, but I would like a couple more or a few more playoff points just to get us like kind of into that conversation. Because right now, like Bush and Logano are the only ones that like have like a solid footing on Truex, but those Logano and Bush have been like the ones to look at, ones to beat here. But other than that, Watkins Glen was such an amazing race. Not just because Chase won, but I don't base it on who wins or whatnot, because I absolutely loved the Xfinity race, but hated the person who won. But the same person about Kyle Busch said it was a waste of her time watching this race and this and that, all because her driver didn't win. That's just stupid. You don't like the driver who won, but you shouldn't base how the race went based on who won the race. Kyle Busch may have won the race, and I would have thought it was the most amazing race there is. Like Kansas, when Chase won last year, that was the most dull race ever. But Chase won, so there was a little bit of positivity there. But I just didn't like that race overall. And but just because like a certain driver wins, that's not gonna base my like opinion on whether a race was good or not. Like Watkins Glen last year and this year were freaking amazing, regardless of who won that race. It was a freaking amazing race. We had tempers flaring, we had drama, we had passing, we had just all things going on in that race, and it was just insane. So let's just enjoy racing, people, and stop bitching and moaning about who did what and who did who, and stop hating on everyone who likes a certain driver. It's like, stop calling people idiots, because what does that do for your self-esteem? I don't call you an idiot every time you bash my driver. I just say, like, girl, here's the facts. If you still don't think Chase is a good driver, then that's on you, because regardless of what you think, he's one of the better drivers out there that's under the age of 25. So, just saying. But I have a long day at work today. I'm not looking forward to it at all, because last night was a shit show at work. The longest day of my life, it felt like. But plus my mind was in a million different places with Chase winning, and this customer's just giving me so much grief yesterday. So plus I didn't get enough help last night, so I didn't get a lot done. Plus I was stuck at the register for most of the day. But other than that, it's a Monday, it's a new week. Let's just go through this week without any drama and just be nice to each other. And whether you like a certain driver or not, don't call each other idiots. Plain and simple. Bye-bye.